They've been shoveling lies down your throat your whole damn life, hissing that touching yourself was a filthy little secret, something to kick to the curb by 50. But no one ever had the spine to lay out the real stakes. After 60, it's not just some leftover habit, it might be the razor's edge between clinging to life and slipping into a slow fade. I've logged over 30 years in the muck with men like you, peering into the hollowed-out shells left by shame, silence, and half-baked nonsense. I'm Dr. Name a urologist and battle-hardened men's health expert shaped by the grind of a top-tier medical school. I've locked eyes with rough-handed laborers, weathered soldiers, and gray-haired grandfathers, solid men gutted not by disease, but by what they were never taught. Too many have watched their strength, their fire, their very soul drain away because society slapped a wrong label on something natural. Here's the unfiltered truth that'll hit you hard. Most older men butcher this act or worse, abandon it like it's trash. They don't see that how you touch yourself, how often, and with what soul can sculpt your hormones, your heartbeat, even the wiring in your skull. This ain't about chasing some wild fantasy, it's about gripping onto life, holding tight to the man you still are, the man you can still be. In a few minutes, I'm going to rip open 7 raw, hard-won secrets about self-care that every guy over 60 should have had hammered into him decades ago, truths that could wrench the next 10 years of your life into something worth living. But hold up. If one quiet corner of your day could unlock a surge of health, a steadier mind, and a jolt of vitality, wouldn't you damn well claw to know it? Stick with me, this might just slam into you like a sledgehammer. Let me paint the picture. I've seen men who thought they were doing right by stepping away, only to find their bodies betraying them in ways they never saw coming. Take a moment to think. Have you felt that creeping tiredness, that dull ache, that sense you're fading? That might be the signal you've been missing. Before we plunge in, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it, slam that bell too. You'll get unpolished, science-rooted wisdom forged for men at this raw edge of life. If this stirs your blood, drop a 1 in the comments. If it lands flat, type 0 and tell me straight. Your voice carves this path. Now, let's tear into the first truth most men don't face till the damage has already carved its mark. That old routine you've leaned on for years, decades even? After 60, it can creep up like a silent predator, stripping more than you'd ever bargained for. What's lurking next? The first gut punch is here, don't turn away. Subscribe for more unvarnished truths. Hit 1 if you're gripped, or if not, show me your pulse. I've lost count of the times men in their late 60s, 70s, shuffling into my office like they're carrying the weight of the world, eyes glued to the floor, voices barely a whisper, choked with something they can't name. After some gentle prying, I lean in and ask, "You still take care of yourself down there?" The room goes thick. Then comes the shaky confession. "Yeah, but it's like a ghost town," or "I can't get there unless I hammer it a certain way," or the one that rips my heart. "It's like my body's forgotten what it's for." What they don't grasp, what they've never been told, is that years of barreling through it, shoulders knotted, mind mussed in the haze, locked into the same frantic grip, maybe scrolling for a jolt, has been drilling their nerves into a ditch they can't climb out of. This ain't just a sloppy habit you shrug off. It's a damn trap your brain stumbles into. Every time you charge through, distracted, leaning on the same old playbook, same hand, same rhythm, same rush, you're wiring your head to crave that exact script, like a machine on repeat. And your brain? Ah, it's a fast learner, ruthless about it. Over months, years, the feeling bleeds away, your erections turn shaky, and you're chasing harder hits, more force. Wilder images, anything to spark that old fire. Real touch starts feeling like a stranger, too soft, too slow, and you shrink back, ashamed of the gap. The wound ain't just in your pants. It carves into your pride, your hunger to connect, the man you used to know. I've watched men shatter, convinced their bodies have turned traitor, when it's been drilled into the wrong fight. This can ignite what we call overstimulation fallout, where only artificial cues get a rise or delayed release, even a total lock on climax, like the finish line's been erased. It's not some rare plague. Millions are drowning in it, quiet as a grave. Take Mr. J, a retired welder with hands like leather, who dragged himself in after decades of rushed sessions. He'd lost all sensation, dodged any closeness, and sunk into a pit of frustration that aged him 10 years. We shifted him to a slower, mindful pace, 5 minutes of focused breath, no hurry, and he started feeling the stir again, like an ember catching. Another, Mr. A. Mr. Asach, a lonely veteran who'd seen too much, thought he was done till we rebuilt his touch with care, not a race, and he found a flicker of the man he'd buried. The cost? Yes. It's a thief in the night, beyond the bedroom. It dulls your stride, steals your glance in the mirror, snuffs out the fire in your chest. You start vanishing, not because the years piled on, but because you stopped hearing your own heartbeat. But here's the lifeline, the gritty hope. Your nerves can unlearn this mess, can heal if you've got the guts to face it. It takes raw awareness, a stubborn patience, and a new way, slower, tied to feeling, not just the endgame. This ain't the enemy. Doing it blind is like flooring a car with no wheel you wreck, and the repair drags on longer than you'd believe. Start small. 5 minutes daily, no rush. Let your breath lead, maybe in a quiet corner with the door locked. Add a warm cloth to ease tension, or a gentle stretch to wake the blood. In some rural towns I've worked, men were taught to rush as a sign of control. Look where that got them. Shift that mindset. Science says your body still craves this dance, even at 70. Feeling that burn? Health lifelines are next. Don't drift off. Cha-cha. Rushing through can wound you, but walking away altogether can hit like a freight train. Let me drag you back to a guy who still echoes in my head. Call him Thomas, 66, a stoic soul with a jaw set like stone. The kind who'd rather eat gravel than spill his guts. He showed up griping about shattered sleep, up 5, 6 times a night to piss. A gnawing ache deep in his gut that woke him sweating. He chalked it up to the years catching up, a badge of honor for surviving. Then I hit him with the question that stopped him cold. When did you last let it go? He froze, eyes wide like I'd swung at him. Years, he rasped. Since my wife passed. Figured men my age were past that nonsense. That's the trap that snares so many, the lie that after 60, 70, you're supposed to slam the door on that part of you. Let it gather dust like an old tool. But your prostate doesn't punch out. It keeps churning fluid day after day. And if it's not flushed, it sits there, a stagnant swamp breeding trouble. That backup sparks inflammation, that heavy, restless feeling, urgent pees that drag you from bed, a weak trickle that shames you, even a sharp sting when you go or release. Guys shrug it off as the price of gray hair. but it's a system choking, begging for relief. And here's where it gets ugly. Chronic inflammation can nudge you closer to prostate cancer, a shadow lurking in the silence. I'm not pinning it as the trigger, but regular release can slash the risk by clearing out the junk that feeds the fire. A massive study, tens of thousands of men tracked over years, dug up gold. Those letting go 20+ times a month had a lower cancer risk. A stark difference that's hard to ignore. Thomas didn't know this till we sat knee-deep in it. Once he saw the cancer thread, the idea of losing more than sleep shook him awake. You wouldn't let your heart rot or your lungs rust. Don't toss your prostate aside. Ease into it once or twice a week, maybe with a warm soak to loosen the knots, or a gentle walk to stir the blood. In some old villages I've trekked through, elders keep this flow as a health vow, a ritual passed down like a family heirloom. There's a lesson there we've forgotten. Thomas found his sleep mending, that ache easing, proof that even at 66, your body can still answer the call if you listen. That cut deep? Emotional armor's coming, stay locked in. Physical pain can grind you down, but shame digs a hole you can't climb out of. I've heard it too often, a refrain that stabs, "Doc, I left that behind." That was for my wild, reckless days. The words ain't a choice. They're a scar carved by voices that drilled it was wrong. Dirty, a weakness to hide. For decades, too many grew up with self-touch branded as a sin, a secret to bury under prayer or pride. That ain't just a feeling rattling in your chest. It rewires your flesh. Regular, healthy touch, yeah. Self-care tames the stress beast, spikes dopamine to light your mood, and pumps oxytocin, your bond hormone, to steady your soul. It steadies sleep, lifts the fog from your head, sharpens your edge. But shame? It locks your muscles into knots, jacks up tension till you're a live wire, and traps you in a guilt spiral that eats you alive. Mr. K, a retired clerk with a ledger of quiet years, carried that load like a stone yoke. Decades of silence left him rigid, cut off from his kin, his blood pressure climbing like a storm. We worked slowly, no pills, no quick fixes, just gentle moves to reclaim his body without the weight of judgment. Weeks later, he stood taller, his step had a beat. He rested deeper and laughed like he'd found a lost friend. It wasn't a miracle cure. It was a reunion with the man he'd locked away. Shame steals your life drip by drip, whispering you're too old, too worn to feel, a lie that ages you faster than time. In some tight-knit communities I've walked, elders are taught to suppress this as a sign of wisdom, a myth science tears apart. Break that chain. Try a minute daily. Calm touch, no rush, maybe with soft music to drown the old voices. Add a deep breath exercise, inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4 to melt the tension. That's your rebellion, your reclaim. Feeling that squeeze? Vitality secrets are next, don't blink. Here's a kick in the teeth most miss till it's too late to matter. Solo touch can crank your testosterone back to life. After 60, your body starts dialing back the dial, thinking you're done. Muscles sag like old rope, energy tanks like a dry well. That old fire flickers out like a candle in the wind. But mindful care yells back, "I'm still here." I remember Mr. O, a faded trucker with a lifetime of hauls, who felt his strength drain like sand through his fingers. With steady, guilt-free practice, 10 minutes of focused breath, no shame, just presence, his hormone levels climbed. His back straightened like he'd found his spine again, and he hauled weights like a man half his age. Low testosterone drags in heart trouble that'll stop you cold, sugar spikes that blur your days, even a shorter run on this earth. It's a mirror of how alive, how engaged you feel with the fight. Wake it up with weekly intentional sessions, maybe paired with a zinc-rich snack like oysters or pumpkin seeds to fuel the fire. Some ancient tribes honor this as a vitality rite, a dance with life we've let slip, steal that wisdom back. Energy surging? Blood flow truths are coming, stay with me. Too many think erections are just for the bedroom romp, a relic of youth. But they're a damn pulse check on your whole machine. Mr. VP, 67, a wiry old soul, brushed off his fading power with a grunt, saying he was past needing it. But neglect atrophies the penis's core muscle, stiffens vessels till they're like old pipes, starves it of air till it's a ghost, making it a shadow of itself when you finally want it back. It's not the years piling on. It's abandonment carving the loss. This can pull you into a cave of withdrawal. Dark moods that cling like damp air. Keep it alive with regular stimulation, even non-sexual arousal. Think of a morning stretch or a vivid memory to stir the blood. Try pelvic lifts daily, 10 reps to wake the floor, or a brisk walk to pump the heart. Some ancient groups see this as a life force, a thread to the living world. Embrace that thread. A patient, Mr. S., found his mornings brighter with this routine, proof that the body remembers. Health turning? Overload risks are next, don't miss it. Sure. Today's overload, often from those damn screens, can fry your wiring till you don't recognize yourself. Men in their 70s, sitting across from me with tired eyes, confess they lean on it for a flicker of life. Not some lustful chase widowers, divorcees, lone wolves chasing a memory of connection. But the intensity today demands more to feel a damn thing, a treadmill that never stops. This can blunt erections till they're a whisper, block climax with a real touch till it's a stranger's game. A 30-day break from artificial highs, sliding into real sensation, maybe a walk in the sun, a memory of a first love, can reset you. It's not shame, it's survival, a fight to reclaim your edge. Mr. Q, a lonely retiree with a lifetime of solitude, found his spark back this way, his mornings less gray. Some old cultures warn of this trap, a siren call to numb the soul. Listen up and step away. Try a journal to track your feelings, a way to ground without the glow. Reset near. Isolation dangers are next, stay here. Button. The deepest cut, the one that'll take you down if you let it, is isolation, not just living solo in a quiet house, but starving your touch, your connection. Without it, oxytocin tanks like a dry river, stress climbs till you're a coiled spring, and your brain numbs out, shutting emotional doors as a shield. Mr. U, a quiet elder with a lifetime of service, felt alive again with simple contact. Hand on his arm, a moment of self-care. This ties to depression that weighs you down, an early exit not from age, but from betraying yourself. Reconnect with daily presence, 5 minutes of skin to skin. A hug if you've got someone, or a slow touch if you don't. Some cultures cherish elder touch as life's pulse. A thread to the living. Take that lesson, weave it into your days. A patient, Mr. V, found his laughter return, his nights less haunted. Proof that the soul can mend. Ready to fight? Plan's coming, don't go silent. Diane. We've ripped into how rushed touch wires you into a dead end. Quitting clogs your prostate till it screams. Shame breaks your spirit till you're a shadow. Solo care lifts testosterone to fuel your fight. Erections flag your health like a warning light. Overload kills your real joy till you're a stranger to yourself, and isolation steals your soul. Not from the years, but from neglect, from turning your back on the man you are. Your body hungers for you, damn it, and it's screaming to be heard. Start with my Reclaim Pulse plan. 10 minutes daily, intentional touch, no shame, no rush, maybe with a candle's flicker or a soft chant to center you. Add a diet, tweak almonds for zinc, salmon for omega-3s to back the fire. You're not done, not invisible. Choose to burn, to feel, to rise. Type 1. If this ignites your blood, 0 if it falls short, your call drives me, shapes what's next. Step up, type fire and seize your fight.